Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today, what I do have in it is Outlast Trials. Yeah, I know, it's not entirely a recent game, it was released like 2 months ago. But only now Red Battles decided to provide me the key. And obviously I gladly accept it because I really like Outlast, but Outlast Trials, it's a different thing. So, as usual, I decide to take my GTX 1650 Super for a spin to try to understand how this game performs, because Outlast always was kind of an optimized game, but unfortunately did suffer from the typical Unreal stutter and traversal stuttering, and let me tell you that Outlast Trials fixes every of those single issues that I did encounter. So I'm running Outlast Trials using the X12. You can use the X11 if you want, but only try the X12. And the game uses a shader compilation step at the first boot of the game, so there is no issues in that sense. So, and also as usual, I decided to try the game with a multitude different presets, from ranging from 1080p high to 1080p maximum, as well as 1440p median high and ultra, some of them using FSR, some of them not, which I will gladly specify, and also 4K. Other thing that I want to mention about this game is that whatever the settings you go with, I mean whatever if you go with ultra, high, medium or low, the game won't lose its art style. So if you have a different GPU, a different system, and you need to run your game at low settings, you will have a great experience, even comparing to someone playing on ultra. Because honestly, the difference in graphics quality is very small. The low settings on this game, it's not the typical game that loses all its elements. No, the low settings you retain pretty much every stuff. You still have shadows, you still have volumetric effects, you still have reflections. So textures still look much, I mean, very acceptable. So you don't lose anything. So keep that in mind. But we are here for the GTX 1650 Super, and so the question remains: what is the recommended setting for playing this game? Well, it depends. For me, it is 1080p high settings. It's my favorite setting since it delivers an experience above 60 frames per second all the time. So I can VSync the game and cap it to 60 and have an awesome experience. Although, if you don't care about having a drop here and there, 1080p Ultra is absolutely great. No questions asked. You can use Ultra with no issues, which in this case of this game it's called Epic, and it's the maximum you can go in this GPU. And when I say the maximum we can go in this GPU, this is because this game supports ray trace reflections, although as you know the GTX 1650 Super doesn't support any ray tracing. Now, when it comes to 1440p, my favorite setting it is to play the game with median settings and using FSR on its quality mode. By using this, I also guarantee a frame rate always above 60 frames per second, and it still looks very good. The only decrease in quality that I noticed a slightly bit, it's on the volumetric quality, and for me it's about it on a naked eye. Of course, if I put a picture and another picture of other settings side by side, possibly I will find some differences, but without going with a glass eye or something zooming in or comparing side by side, honestly that's the only differences that I have noticed. Also a slightly difference in shadows, but nothing special. So yeah, 1440p median settings FSR on its quality, it is very good. If you go with high settings using FSR, you still have an experience above 60 frames per second pretty much all the time, with drops here and there. If you disable FSR and use 1440p with high settings, with DAA, you can expect an experience in between 40 to 60. And if you go with 1440p maximum settings or ultra or epic, whatever you want to call it, you will have an experience overall above 30 frames per second. Possibly in some sequences of the game it might drop below 30, but that's what you get. I did also try 4K, but I only tried 4K with two different settings. I tried 4K with the low settings using FSR on its performance mode, which is upscaling from 1080p to 4K, and it provides an experience above 50. Alright, so you can't really lock it to 60. If you have a VRR screen, that's good, but it's overall above 50 frames per second. 4K median settings using FSR on its balanced mode, what I got, it was an experience above 30. One issue that I have noticed with 4K, whatever if I was using low settings or median settings, possibly it is VRAM related, since every time I did enable night vision or every time I disabled night vision, the game just have a massive stutter spike. It's not a big deal, but MS Afterburner really ramps it up, that thing. So that's one issue that I have with 4K, but it's not really a big deal. Now, that's the results that I had. So probably if you have the GTX 1650 Super and you are going to play at 1080p, remember 1080p high, it is my favorite choice. Alright, so what is Outlast Trials? What's so different from the main game? Well, I did use these early sections of the game because it's the sections which you play alone, just like the old and regular Outlast games, the Outlast 1 or the Outlast 2. But Outlast Trials, it's a different game. It's a cooperative experience where you have multiple tries which you can run to. To be honest, I haven't explored that much of the game yet. I still want to try to understand what is this game about, and since I don't have friends to play with in this game, it makes it much more harder to play with strangers. But you can play alone if you want those trials. But still, I'm not really sure how worse it is to play alone in sections that were supposed for you to play as a cooperative player. So yeah, I'm still trying to learn that, but I'm planning to do a live stream soon, just like I did plan to do a live stream of other games already on the channel that are being delayed because of my voice. I'm in here recording, but I had to stop already multiple times, and probably you have noticed it, or probably not, because the edition was very good, maybe not. But my voice is entirely broken, I have a big flu, so those live streams are still coming though. But they are delayed until I feel that my voice is okay. So with this, I think that's all that I want to talk about Outlast Trials. In case you have any doubt about performance or anything related to the game or GPUs, or if you can run the game or not, leave a comment on the comment section of the video. So that's it, guys. Thank you much for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Just terribly sick. remember it, darling, so you can destroy it and unburden yourself of the past.
You were born. Maybe the most destructive thing you've done to the world.
This way to the
It's
playroom,
the past.
where you learned joy.
Before you could even speak, you had instincts. A primal you. Those are an animal's instincts. You have.
This way to the den, where you learned to be good.
You learn discipline. Carrots and sticks. Rewards and punishments. A disciplined child is grateful for both.
This way to the theater, where you learned to use your imagination.
The way the money comes, pop goes the weasel.
Welcome back to us. Welcome home. I hope it's just as you remember it, darling, so you can destroy it and unburden yourself of the past.
You were born. Maybe the most destructive thing you've done to the world.
This way to the playroom,
At least the
where you
past.
learned joy.
Before you could even speak, you had instincts. A primal you.
the money comes, pop goes the weasel.
Welcome back to us. Welcome home. I hope it's just as you remember it, darling, so you can destroy it and unburden yourself of the past.
You were born. Maybe the most destructive thing you've done to the world.
This way to the playroom,
Release the past.
where you learned joy.
Before you could even speak, you had instincts. A primal you. Those are an animal's instincts. You have to forget them.
This way to the den, where you learned to be good.
You learn discipline. Carrots and sticks. Rewards and punishments. A disciplined child is grateful for both.
This way to the theater, where you learned to use your imagination.
The money comes, pop goes
to us. Welcome home. I hope it's just as you remember it, darling, so you can destroy it and unburden yourself with the past.
You were born. Maybe the most destructive thing you've done to the world.
This way to the
Face
place
the past.
where you learned joy.
Before you could even speak, you had instincts. A primal you. Those are an animal's instincts. You have to forget them.
This way to the den, where you learned to be good.
You learn discipline. Carrots and sticks. Rewards and punishments. The disciplined child is grateful for both.
This way to the theater, where you learned to use your imagination.
Where the money comes, pop goes the weasel.
Welcome back to us. Welcome home. I hope it's just as you remember it, darling, so you can destroy it and unburden yourself with the past.
You were born. Maybe the most destructive thing you've done to the world.
Goes the weasel.
This way to the den, where you learned to be